located 40 minutes north of downtown Cincinnati. 161-acre William Harbin Park is the largest park in Fairfield, Ohio. This suburban oasis features soccer fields, basketball courts, 18-hole Frisbee golf, play and campgrounds, plus one of the best hills for sled riding in our area. What brings us to Harbin Park are its wooded hills, providing 6 miles of old-school, cross-country style mountain bike trails. MTB Cincinnati's review of the mountain bike trails at Harbin Park was made possible by Reeser Bicycle Outfitters, the Cincinnati area's premier cycling source. Reeser carries several of the hottest brands, with many different models to choose from in stock, and a professional staff that's there to help. Need accessories? Reeser has them, along with a friendly expert service department that works on all makes and models to help keep your bike performing its best. Reeser Bicycle Outfitters, conveniently located on Monmouth Street in Newport.
Hey, my name's Terry Cly. I was the trail steward at Harbin Park for probably about 15 years, but kind of retired from it. Alex Mayer took it over about 3 or 4 years ago. He's done wonders at that place. There's no way I could have done anything that Alex has done there. So he's really stepped Harbin Park up a bunch. Little history on Harbin Park. From what I understand, it was an old farm system long time ago. I guess the city was granted the property and it became a city park in maybe the 60s, 70s. I'm thinking about late 80s, early 90s. A group called the Spoke Junkies, from what I understand, started some trails in there, and then I think the early stages of Cora kind of took it over. One day I just happened to be in there doing some work, and some guys from Cora came up to me and asked me what I was doing, and so I said, you know, I'm just doing trail maintenance. I live here in Fairfield. So, you know, that day I became a Cora member. Shortly after that, I was Cora president for 10 or 11 years.
Harbin Park features a multi-use, multi-directional trail system that's open year-round, weather permitting. You can check current trail status at Cora's website. There are 3 loops making up roughly 6 miles of trail: the 4-mile orange, 1.1-mile green, and 3/4-mile blue loop. The trails are known for their constant elevation change. They reward strong climbers and will strengthen those who aren't. Like Tower Park and Cedar Creek, Harbin's trails are some of the original mountain bike trails in the area, while not as steep or technically demanding.
So skill level of Harbin Park would probably be intermediate, a lot of climbing, there's some really good route drops, a couple of log overs.
The Orange Loop is the most physically and technically demanding trail in the park. It features a mix of mostly flowy trails with a few tight sections. There are multiple punchy climbs and equally steep descents, with few sections steep enough to get a skilled rider in over their heads.
Orange Trail's 4 miles. It's pretty, let's call it intermediate. Orange Trail is littered with roots and rocks, your typical intermediate trail. We got some root drops. We got Mount Mother, which is, you know, any day can knock anybody down.
Mount Mother is a roughly 25-yard climb that feels considerably longer, due to its grade of over 20%. The 1.1-mile Green Loop features a mixture of fast and flowy sections, with some punchy ups and downs to contend with, although it is less technically demanding than the Orange Trail.
Again, Alex Mayer has done some outstanding work. Green used to be just an out and back, now it's a complete loop.
In addition to being able to ride them individually, the Orange and Green Loops are connected, allowing you to ride them as one large loop.
So skill level at Harbin Park, I would say intermediate. Blue, you may be able to get some smaller kids down there. It's down at the bottom half of the park by the basketball courts.
Originally an Eagle Scout project, the 3/4-mile Blue Loop is the most beginner-friendly trail in the park. Its layout is pretty tight and twisty, with shorter climbs and descents, and some smaller roots and rocks to contend with.
My name is Sherman Butler. I've been riding here at Harbin for about 4 years.
My name is Zach Pogsat, and I've been riding at Harbin Park for about 8 months. The trails here at Harbin are a lot of old, twisty, fun, rooty single track.
In my opinion, Harbin Park is the training ground of the West Side. It gives you everything from flowy descents to punchy climbs. My favorite thing about riding at Harbin Park is Mount Mother. Mount Mother is a milestone in people's riding career. When you're finally able to make it up to the top and get through the routes and actually finish the climb, it's very empowering.
My favorite feature here at Harbin Park is probably the route drops. The first one, it's pretty easy. The second one, there's about 3 levels. You can take it to the right, up and to the left, or you can just go straight down, which I like to do. And the third one is just practically straight down, tons of roots all over it.
As you step up to more aggressive trails, it might be a good idea to step up your bike's performance as well.
Wider handlebars can improve control over the bike, allow you to generate more power out of the saddle, reduce bump feedback, and make your bike feel more stable at high speeds. Swapping out to a pair of carbon fiber bars like these 760mm wide Rentals allows you to have wider, stronger, and lighter bars compared to aluminum. Many short travel trail bikes come spec'd with narrow rims. Swapping out to a wheel set with wider rims like these from Ibis can improve traction, roll faster, improve stability, add strength, and save weight, especially if you have the budget to use carbon instead of aluminum. Upgrading to a beefier fork like a Fox 34 or RockShox Spike will improve front end strength, rigidity, and boost rider confidence in the rough stuff. If your frame is rated to use a longer travel fork, adding an additional 10 or 20mm of travel can improve bump absorption quality and slightly reduce your bike's head-to angle, improving high-speed stability. We added all 3 upgrades to this 2017 Orbea Occam 29er, making it into a trail bike capable of higher speeds. If you have questions about updating your mountain bike's performance, stop by or give us a call.
Of all the trails we've ridden in the area thus far, Harbin Park's difficulty level ranks somewhere in the middle. Its hills provide a great place to build strength without being too overwhelmed by technical difficulty. If you haven't ridden there before, the trails at Harbin Park are definitely worth the drive to Fairfield. MTB Cincinnati encourages you to join CORA, advocating for mountain bikers and mountain bike trail development in the greater Cincinnati, northern Kentucky, and southeast Indiana area. In our next episode, we're heading for the crowning jewel of mountain biking in our area as we visit Devou Park in Covington, Kentucky. Like and subscribe so you don't miss it.